What's up, my tribe? Welcome back to another great week. I hope you're doing well and staying safe. Please continue to remain conscious and take precautions to ensure that you don't contract the coronavirus or spread it to other people. Abide by all health guidelines. We will beat this very, very soon by the grace of God. If it's your first time to the channel, thank you for tuning in today. And if you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate and celebrate you for coming out each week to watch my videos. I hope you're inspired. This channel, our goal is to spread positivity and help each other become our best selves, grounded in values and principles. If it sounds like a journey that you want to be on, hit that subscribe button, join the Smile Tribe, and let's together build ourselves. Let's get right into today's video. Some days it seems like the whole weight of the whole world is upon our shoulders, and it can be very, very overwhelming, as there are a lot of valid reasons and excuses to give for why we should quit. It can even get to the point where it becomes difficult to get out of bed in the morning and go about your daily activities because there is no energy. In the midst of all these difficulties, there's very, very good reason why we should give excuses and quit the journey. But even in the midst of all this and the many obstacles in our ways that make quitting look like the best option, it is important that we try our best not to give in to those excuses, but do everything to make sure that we do things right and keep trying. The truth is, so many people have tried over and over, but have continued to fail. The difference is not in the number of times you tried and failed, but the next time you trying better than you tried before, to ensure that you do not repeat the same mistakes of the past, because that would be insanity. Insanity is doing things the same way and expecting different results. So the next time you try better than you did the previous time. There's a very, very lovely story that comes to mind to illustrate the fact that we can make better excuses for reaching for our goal and not let anything stop us, but endure the process even as we reach for our goal. Have you heard of the chef with no hands? Her name is Maricel Apatan. I don't know if I got the pronunciation right, but it's a very, very inspiring story, real life story of this lady who in the year 2000 at the age of 11 went with her uncle to fetch water from the well. On their way, as they returned back, 4 men with knives approached them and stopped them in their path. They asked the uncle to lie face down on the ground, which he did without complaining, and one of them took his knife, hacked him, and the uncle died right there before Maricel's own very eyes. Maricel was in deep shock, not only by the fact that her uncle had just been killed, but also by the fact that these 4 people were neighbors she knew. She ran for her life, but the men followed after her, pursuing her. She begged and cried for mercy when they caught her and said, "Please, do not kill me. Have mercy. Please have mercy. Do not kill me." She begged and begged this man, but one brought out a long knife, cut her neck, and cut her hand, not her arms, cut her hand. And at some point she became unconscious and laid in a pool of blood. She was there for a while and momentarily opened her eyes and noticed the feet of the men. They were still standing by, so she pretended as if she was dead and remained on the ground. She lost consciousness, regained consciousness, she would lose it, regain consciousness. You know that state of quagmire. She She was in deep pain. When the men had walked away, Maricel stood up and started running towards the house. She would lose consciousness and faint, but she would regain consciousness again and continue running towards the house. As she was running, she noticed that her hands were coming off because they had been hacked by those men, remember? As she got close to the house, her mother was in shock and started crying. The love of a mother. The mother wrapped her baby that is already in a pool of blood with clothes and tried to reach for the hospital. Now, from their home to the highway where they would get a vehicle to convey them to the hospital was 12 kilometers, and they walked for 4 hours just to get to the highway to take this child to the hospital. When they got to the hospital, the doctors thought to themselves that, oh, she might not make it. But after 25 stitches in that operating room, Maricel survived but had lost both hands as it had to go off. Ironically, the next day after this 5 hours operation in the theater, that she barely survived but lost her hands, was her 12th birthday. When they returned home from the hospital, they found out that these same goons that had killed her uncle and put her in this situation had gone to burn their house down, so they had no place to stay. The hospital bill, though a little amount, was also a problem for them to pay. But God sent them angels that helped them to sort the bill of the hospital, and one of such angels was an archbishop, a distant relative that was able to pay the hospital bill and also brought these 4 men to justice by reporting them to the police, and the court sentenced them to life imprisonment. Here is the main inspiration from this story. Instead of Maricel to stay on the ground when she was caught and give up, she kept running towards the house. When she was studying, her friends would make mockery of her. She found a lot of things challenging, but thank God she had help. There were so many things at so many points where she would have given excuse for why she cannot be her best self and stopped completely, but she did not. Instead of cursing God and asking God, why me, why me, why me? She believed everything happened to her for a reason and for a mission. Today she's inspiring the lives of million people, especially those with special needs, as they now believe that they can, go for their dreams. She's today a chef at a 5-star hotel without hands, but cooking delicious meal, doing mind-boggling things without hands. What excuse do you have for not going for the things that you want to reach for? The better way to make excuses is to keep trying, but trying better than you did before. Stop making excuses for why you are where you are and keep trying. Yes, it may be hard. Yes, it may be difficult, but I hope her story inspires you not to quit, but keep trying. Thank you very much for staying to the end of the video. I hope you were inspired by that story of Maricel. If you are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and turn on notification. Share this video with friends, like and leave a comment if there's a story that you think would inspire others. Please share that story in the comment box, and next video I might talk about it. Till I come your way next week, my challenge to you is to take stock of what excuses you've made that have kept your back on the ground, and see how to try better and overcome those excuses to reach for what you're reaching for. Keep spreading smiles. Blessings.